Good evening. Welcome to the State of Business on our television with me, Kavish Kaparera. Let's take a look at today's headlines. 5,000 Export Villagers program was launched today in Ampara. Manufacturing sector in Sri Lanka shows growth despite recent Easter Sunday attacks. News in detail. The national program of establishing 5,000 villagers with export-driven products was launched today at the Kandiya Chandanagama village in Ampara under the patronage of Minister of Primary Industries and Social Empowering Daya Gamage. Export Zone Villagers program was initiated under the Agriculture Sector Modernization Project, and the total cost of the project is $169.84 million, out of which $125 million is from the International Development Association. Thereby, the Agriculture Sector Modernization Project is employed to identify modern agricultural techniques and new marketing practices for farmer organizations and to increase export competitiveness and enter the foreign market. Accordingly, 1,200 beneficiaries will be encouraged under this project based on some Mahavali villages including Chandanagama, Vavagama, Serupitiya and Polonarua. In the first phase of the program, 1,000 export villagers will be established in 300 divisional secretariats, and it is planned to complete the setting up of 5,000 export villagers by 2020. Central Bank announced that manufacturing activities recorded to an index value of 50.7 in May 2019, which is an increase of 9.7 index points compared to April 2019. However, services sector continued to deteriorate in May 2019 compared to previous month due to decline in employment and business activity sub-indices, which was mainly caused by the Easter Sunday attacks, the central bank revealed. According to the central bank data, manufacturing activities recorded to an index of 50.7 in May 2019 is an increase of 9.7 index points compared to April 2019. The Purchasing Managers Index issued by the central bank last Friday said that the progress is mainly attributable to the significant increase in production and new orders, specifically in manufacturing of textiles, wearing apparels, leather and related products. 3 indices out of 5 recorded values above 50%, signaling an overall expansion in manufacturing activities in May compared to April 2019. However, the services sector continued to go down in May 2019 compared to previous month due to decline in employment and business activity sub-indices, which were mainly caused by Easter Sunday terror attacks. Employment sector was recorded lowest level since the commencement of the survey in May 2015. Considering the profits that could be gained by the Chinese arrivals and its long-standing bilateral relationship, Ministry of Tourism Development claims that Sri Lanka will look forward to launch promotional tour packages to attract Chinese tourists. These remarks were made at the recent introduction of the promotional tour packages for Indian tourists offered by the Sri Lankan Tourism Promotion Bureau, and Chairman of the Sri Lanka Convention Bureau, Kumar Reddy Silva, elaborated on this regard.
As the Minister did mention, we will continue to launch such packages. We're looking at China next, and Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau has come on board to support the digital marketing campaign as well as the marketing campaign that will be laid out for this promotion in India.
Commenting on the promotional tour packages for Indian tourists, Chairman of the Sri Lanka Convention Bureau also noted that rates of hotels are reduced to attract the Indian market.
So there would be 5 different packages with 3 different hotel categories. And so there will be around 15 packages which will be launched and ready for sale from the Indian market. In fact, it went into action on the 10th of June, which is on Monday. And this will be available across all the Sri Lankan Airlines destinations and through their agents. And given that Sri Lankan Airlines has over 125 flights a week into Sri Lanka from these Indian destinations, we expect it to pick up and really work for the benefit of Sri Lanka. Sligo and the Hotels Association have actually come together and provided rates which are really very, very low.
President of Sri Lanka Association of Inbound Tour, Harith Pereira, offered further explanation to subject by exposing on the various categories that are under the promotional package.
So the minimum package is about $108 per person. That's the minimum package. And so we have 3 categories: standard, superior and deluxe. Rate is BB, $40, $60 and $75. And that's for 3 nights. So some will take that, some will extend it, some will extend it at higher rates. So it's very tough to say per average what segment will actually consume this product. But the minimum is 108. But we are in the volume game in this. We want to rejuvenate and excite the Indian market again to say that Sri Lanka is open.
Keep tuning in for more news after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Microcars Limited, the sole agents in Sri Lanka for SsangYong Motors since 2006, revealed its latest fourth-generation car for Sri Lankan market, mainly targeting at permit holders. The C300 Corando is the fourth generation of the Corando mid-sized SUV, and Sri Lanka was introduced its 1.6-litre intercooler turbo diesel variant. The engine box drives all four wheels through 6-speed automatic gearbox, and the attractive TCT Blaze cockpit creates an exciting cabin environment, and the Corando comes fully loaded with all the comforts including a touchscreen control, mood lighting, electric leather seats, wireless phone charging, electric sunroof, power tailgate, LED headlamps and LED fog lamps and 19-inch alloy wheels. On the safety side, the Corando comes with blind spot detection, lane change assist, rear cross traffic intervention, anti-rollover protection, airbags, ABS and ESP. Speaking exclusively to our television, chairman of Microcars, Dr. Lawrence Pereira, stated that Microcars Holdings has great plans for the future and that they will come into effect with the launch of the full electric cars.
Of course, things went up, dollar went up, rupee went down, the prices have gone up, taxes have gone up, but still the reputation and the need for this kind of car is there. A person asked me today, what do you think of the future? I said, future is going to be good always. We have to think it more in a positive manner. One reason, because the mobility is always needed for people. So we as a company have not stopped there. Now we are going for full electric cars. So that's the future. If I little bit two words about the car that we are introducing today, it's again a strong engine with a 1.6-litre turbo intercooler engine and all-wheel drive car loaded with features for safety and for comfort and enjoyment of a driving.
The Asian Development Bank came to another agreement with the Ministry of Finance to grant $50 million to support the micro and small rural entrepreneurs who have implemented projects with the assistance of the Regional Development Bank. The government allowed the Regional Development Bank to obtain a loan amounting to $50 million from the Asian Development Bank to provide financial and advisory services to micro, small and medium enterprises. Accordingly, Asian Development Bank, the government and the Regional Bank of Sri Lanka sealed an agreement last Friday to provide affordable and accessible credit to rural, micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. ADB's country director for Sri Lanka, Sri Vidovati, who represented the ADB at the signing ceremony, said that micro, small and medium-sized enterprises have high growth potential and ability of creating jobs at a quicker pace than the larger enterprises. Meanwhile, the Asian Development Bank also approved a proposal to conduct a feasibility study and survey to adopt liquefied natural gas power generation in Sri Lanka to diversify energy mix. The government, along with the External Resources Department, requested Asian Development Bank last March to support Ceylon Electricity Board in exploring LNG as a fuel for power generation. The proposed feasibility study is expected at identifying the optimal LNG facility for Sri Lanka and the most suitable location for the development of the new LNG-fired power plants and its associated facilities. Agriculture Minister P. Harrison said that the ministry will enter into an agreement with big onion importers to make it mandatory for them to purchase the produce of at least 10 local farmers in order to protect local farmers. Agriculture Minister P. Harrison said that currently around 100 big onion importers in the country and all those will be informed to purchase the local product first. The minister said that the strict legal action would be taken against those who violate the agreement. He also vowed to cancel the license of importers who do not follow the ruling. The minister also added that the importation of big onions would not be allowed until the produce of local farmers is purchased, and the import levy on big onions has also been increased by 20 rupees per kilo. Currently, there are more than 1,000 big onion farmers in the country and they have to face various hardships when they are going to sell their produce due to the importation of big onion during the harvesting season. Ministry of Finance announced that the proposal made by Finance Minister Mangala Samaravira in his Budget 2019 to remove the pensioners' salaries anomalies will be implemented with effect from next month. According to a statement issued by the Finance Ministry, over 500,000 public servants who retired before December 31, 2015 will be profited by the removal of this salary anomaly. Thereby, the monthly salary of public servants who retired before 2016 will be increased by a minimum of 2,800 rupees to a maximum of 20,000 rupees. Hence, the salary of a retired KKA's Grade 1 who retired before December 31, 2015 has been increased by 2,800 rupees and the salary of a retired Management Assistant Grade 1 has been increased by 5,200 rupees under the proposed new pension scheme. Pension of a teacher in Grade 1 service and the salary of a retired nursing officer will be increased by 9,200 rupees. The salaries of a retired police sergeant and a retired senior executive officer will be increased by 4,200 rupees and 16,000 rupees respectively, while the pension of a retired ministry secretary will be increased by 20,000 rupees. Thus, an interim allowance of 3,500 rupees paid to the pensioners who retired under the Circular 5/2015 until this new salary anomaly was removed will be included in the new salary structure, and the cost of living allowance of 3,525 rupees paid at present will be continued to pay to all pensioners. Stay tuned for stock updates after this short commercial break. Welcome back. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note today. The all-share price index gained 1.21 points to close at 5,384.93, and the S&P SL20 dropped 0.44 points to close at 2,512.24. The turnover was 2.2 billion rupees, with 66 stocks gaining and 50 falling. Next up is Forex rates. Well, that's a wrap of the bulletin for the day. Tune in tomorrow at the same time for more of the very latest. Thank you. Good night.